Hey everybody, this is Blaze of Firewolf. Roundup Part 107. Gold, silver, and a Rolex. I'll get to that in a bit. 2 weeks at Dad's. I spent 2 weeks at Dad's. All total $35.55. $16 in quarters. Got about 45 nickels. None of them were any old or 35% or anything. No Buffalo, no V. One of these days, maybe I could find one, but nope. And copper pennies. Oldest being 1959D. It should be in there somewhere. I think you guys might be able to spot it. 59D. I think that's it right there. Yeah. 59D. Brass and copper scrap. I went to Meldetech new places too. The Belmont Beach and the Famusa Slough. It's a slough where bird watchers go, sometimes usually homeless. It's not heavily trafficked, very wooded, but lots of finds. There's this hill area where I not only found that cool Rolex, which I'll get to, I kept finding fragments of these pieces of brass. And there were some pieces of, I think, concrete, which makes me think it could have been a building up there at one time. I don't know the history of the Famusa Slough, but what I'm going to show you is going to be from Coronado Beach, Pacific Beach, Dog Park, and Coronado Beach. Oh yeah, I already probably said that. And the Famusa Slough. All your brass scrap metal, even brass nails. Yep. Slag piece of brass, no idea what it is. Just slag metal. All your zinc pennies, 113 of them. Usually from the beach. The majority of them are from the beach. And now I get to the junk jewelry and all the keys. I got 2 different sets of house keys. 4 here, 4 here, and what I believe to be some master key, or not master key, but some other key to something. Not sure. Could be a lock key. And a mail key. I got a Disney hair barrette. Found that at Belmont Beach. Belmont Beach is probably one of the cleanest beaches I've been in quite a while. And for the first time metal detecting, it was really worthy to use a sand scoop. And in a lot of in Coronado Beach and Belmont Beach, I did use a sand scoop a bit. So, yeah. Found this at Dog Beach. Pretty crusty. A little rusty too on the blade, but still works fine. Don't mess with me, I keep finding a lot of these. It would be quite of a mind blower if I found a gun, but no way I could find a gun. You don't know what you're going to find. Dug up a lot of foil, a lot of bummer signals, but yeah. Found this at Dog Park. I thought it rang up actually like a $50, and while checking it, it actually is almost the size of one. 95, 96, 97, 98, and it was about 6 inches. I'm not going to show the rest of it because it's got a phone number and an address in the back, but a dog tag. Chuck E. Cheese, 2005. Still waiting if I could find a 1977 one, but I doubt it. Your zinc buttons, no cash value, Eagle token. I never get excited if I find something like that. Then more dog tags. This, I think, is a rabies vaccination tag. It's made out of aluminium. I think it's 2015 under all that corrosive stuff that you could see on it there. I think that's the date part right there. But it is a rabies vaccination tag. Like I said, I found a lot of these in Dog Park, Dog Park, Dog Beach, and the Famusa Slough. found this at Dog Beach. It's an interesting piece of crystal or something. I kept it because it was interesting. I wasn't sure if it was a crystallized candle or what. I don't know. But it's a cool rock. Definitely a cool looking rock. Stay Golder. And surprisingly, in the same area, I found, I think, about 12 or 13 zinc pennies. Stay golden, baby. Blue Aster Studio. Still got the pin in the back and all that stuff, so that's a pretty cool find. 1 Mexican peso in a volleyball court. And I will tell you my biggest score I've ever found in a volleyball court in soon a bit. I found these two necklaces, and here's all my junk jewelry, and I found these two at the beach. That's pretty cool. I got another dog tag, really corrosive. Piece of lead, which I think is probably the tip of a bullet. I found it. Yeah, it's lead. It's pretty soft lead. Easily can bend it, easily can press it down. It's really soft. Probably the tip of a bullet. Now I found this, and it was shaking. I pried it out, and you know what was inside? The tip of the bullet. So it's possible it misfired, and all that residue kind of, while it's been in the dirt for couple inches. I found it at the Famosa Slough. Yeah, I found a misfired bullet. Well, if I find a bullet with something shaking in it, I'll still pry it out, because that's kind of what I do. But yeah, misfire bullet. My first ever bullet that is a misfire. I think it's a 30-30. Lots of these cartridges and stuff. I found this one at the Famosa Slough. And that's the Famosa Slough is Famosa Slough. The Famosa Slough. Now this was 8 inches at Dog Park. You know what it is? The top of a shotgun. Could be very old though. It's a Winchester. It's all corrosive, as you could tell, trying to clean it up. But it is the top of a shotgun head stamp, a Winchester. All I can read is all I can remember reading on it is Winchester, and I think it said repeater. More cartridges and stuff, just bullets. Got a live one. This should make anybody go hard. Look at this. This thing is live. I ain't gonna shoot it, but, you know, it's a live ammunition, so kept finding the bullets, kept finding the knives. What do you think? Will I find a gun? Doubt it. I found this on the boardwalk side at Belmont Beach. Someone lost it. Some poor kid lost it with a brass thing at the end of it. Oh, if you want to see my copper, that's all my copper. Got a compression ring. No idea what this is. I'm going to scrap it until I figure out, but I have no idea what it is. So if anyone knows exactly what it is, please tell me, because I'm intrigued. A second place, this is what I found, only a couple inches. Spring Valley Little League Tournament 2023. Some poor kid lost their medal. Too bad it doesn't have a phone number and address. Otherwise, I probably could have, returned it. In the same vicinity, I found these two necklaces twisted together. Yeah, I found these two necklaces twisted together. This one turns out to be a gold-plated one from Macy's with kind of a fake or some diamond in it. This one I don't know, but it's got a really cool dog on it. Chainsaw dog. Yep, a chainsaw dog. With TF, I think it's 8 or 3 something, comma M. But yeah. And your junk rings. I found this right in the stairs at Belmont Beach. It's a toe ring. I think it's brass or copper. Junk rings, junk bracelet, but I'll tell you, when I first pulled it out of the ground, I really thought it could have potential of silver, but thankfully it's not magnetic, but it's still a junker. It is a bracelet. Probably could have been silver plated. Actually, I think went under that green stuff. I think it's brass, not copper. It's pretty hard. I'm thinking could be brass. It's probably silver plated at one time, maybe, if it was. And I got 3 junker rings. This was a heartbreaker because when I pulled it out of the ground 3 inches, it turned out it looked silver until I cleaned it, and that copper ruined it right there. Well, that was a spoiler. It's a junker, but always got to be sure. You just don't know. I found these 2 this is a steel ring, a spinner ring, no markings in it. It rang up 35 on my machine. It could have been gold, it could have been foil. I knew it had to be junk though, because usually 35 gold is between 36, 38, sometimes 39, 40. Sometimes they'll ring up like my bracelet. I'll get to that in a bit. This is a steel ring with the initials AL or something in there. Yeah, you could probably see something. AJ or HJ right there. It's a junker, but, you know, it's a ring. I found this cool badge right in a parking lot. Not sure what it is. Could be fairly modern, but could be a guy surfing. Yeah. So that's all the junky stuff. A little bit of the better relics. And I found this at the Famosa Slough. Pokemon. Yeah. My first ever Pokemon card. I mean, Pokemon coin. Unfortunately, while trying to get it from the dirt, I scraped it a couple times right there. Put some good tattoo parlor marks right there. Charizard looks nice. I'm not really a fan of the video games or the cards, really, but I just grew up with the anime, and I definitely loved the Pokemon creatures. The Gengars, the Ghastlys, the Charizard, Lucario, Pikachu. But yet, I got a Charizard and Charmander. Genevieve allowed me to metal detect her backyard. I only found like 13 cents and some bits of junk, nails. But I found this. I can't tell what it is. All I can read is Libby. Looks like an I-A. It's like a marble top. I think it could be brass. I was thinking it could be one of those light fixture things, you know, that kind of goes from line to line. But I can't be 100%. I need someone help to ID this, if you could. Please answer in the comments with this one, please. The house was built in 1958, the last year of the wheat penny. Got an old Snap Dream. I kept it because it could be fairly old because the front is brass and the back is iron. Could be old, and yeah, just and my foreign coins. This one I found in the parking lot at Dog Park. 5 cents from Singapore. My first ever Singapore coin, 2004. And it's almost 20 years old. It'll be 20 years old next year. Bucket lister. My first ever 50 pence from England. I now just want to find the 5 pence, the 20 pence, and the £2 coin. Then I got the quad factor for England. 50 pence from 1997. That's from in the vicinity of the Famosa Slough. Can anyone help ID this coin? It's got a number 10 on it. It's kind of has writing that it could be Chinese or Japanese. It's got a man's head on it, and he looks kind of Asian. It's got 103 in the writing there. It's a really cool foreign coin. I've never found anything like it apart from some 10 yen coins, and those were Japan. I found some Japanese money, but I don't know if this is Chinese or Japanese because of some of the writing in the back is a little different. But yeah, could someone help ID what kind of coin this is? Yeah. My grandpa found this. Oh, I want to show this. This is really cool. This was sticking out of the dirt in the rocks. It was this footpath in the Formosa Slough, this specific area just near the sign of the place is all these footpaths where it's all dirt and rock. This was 4 inches jutting out of the dirt. And guess what numbers it rang up? 39, 40. And it was 4 inches down. It was sticking out of the dirt just like that. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, ooh, what is it? And then I felt it. I'm like, oh, could it be? Could it be? I think it is. And it is. It's a spoon. It could be fairly old. I can't date these, unfortunately. I could try to clean this one, but I don't know. All I can read in the back, it says, I think it's on this side, extra plate. Don't think you'll be able to read it on this camera. It's really corrosive. I could try. It's right there, I think. Try to get it there. It says extra XEX something plate. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever found at the Formosa Slough. A fully intact spoon. And it could be old. My guess, I have a guess, probably 40s, 50s, since it's brass. Yeah. My first ever bottle opener, made of pot metal. It's got a magnet right here in the back. It's got a little bit of a magnet to it. Yeah. Pop bottle opener. So there we go. New York. It's supposed to say New York. Freedom Tower. And in the back I thought I read USA.AC or something. It's really tiny writing in the back right around here. Old nail. Old nail. I believe to be an old roofing nail. It could be from the 1940s. It looks old. I mean, they just don't make stuff like this anymore. The older ones I think are much wider, but I do think this could be really old. At least, 60 plus, 60, 70-year-old nail. I'm not scrapping it. I think it's pretty cool. My first ever Zippo lighter. Found it right just a couple inches in dry dirt in the grass of Dog Beach. Really crusty, real bad. I heard that these could be restored, but I don't know if I could restore this one or not. I can't get the lighter out of the container, so that's a big no. It could be old, not sure how old. Yeah, it doesn't close all the way. The hinge is all messed up. But it could be old. I mean, you just don't see things like that anymore, definitely. I found this really cool, what I believe to be military button, but I can't tell if it's World War II or after. It's got a really cool marking on it. N.S. Mayer, New York, New York. I've seen these buttons online, but I can't distinguish how old it is, unfortunately. And I found that, believe it or not, 3 inches in the grass of Dog Park. That's why you do that grass. You just don't know. Now I can go to the wheat pennies. These three I found at the Famusa Slough. And these two wheat pennies specifically, 1952 and 1953D. I'm going to have to actually give this to Sister Ann because she knows a good method on trying to clean up things, especially if they're this crusty. It's a 1953D. And not too far away from that, I found the 52D. Now, I guess someone back around 1954 or 53 was probably doing some construction or plumbing and, oops, dropped 2 wheat pennies. No gold, no silver coin, not one silver coin out of this 2 weeks of metal detecting. But you never know. Anybody could drop anything, and I just proved it. A couple inches in that same area, I found this really cool black patina. It has kind of a jade or black patina, but 1929. Yep. I haven't found any wheats from the 20s in a long time. There's a 29. And a bucket list. In the same area, in the dog beach, in the grass, a couple inches. In that same grass, on that side, I found a 1919 wheat penny, and a zinc penny, and a clad quarter in one hole. Just a bit further up, in between some concrete picnic tables, 1910. Oh yeah. 1910 plain wheat penny. Sister Ann showed me a bit of a cool substance to try to clean this so it can come out a bit better, so it can bring out the contrast. And it definitely works for this penny, though I'm hesitant to really do it on a 1910. It's just a wheat penny, plus, you know, there are probably thousands of them made, but in 1910, that's a 113-year-old penny, making it my oldest wheat penny I've ever found. And it's the second year made, too. And had it been just 2 years earlier, it would have been an Indian, or last year of the Indian was 1909, so yeah. Now the jewelry. This ring up in the 60s on the machine. It is 925. I used the loop. It's a 925, very flimsy silver toe ring. Ring up in the 60s on the machine. Can't distinguish 100%, but yep, it rang up in the 60s. Now the best. Well, I've already shown you the Rolex. I'll show you it again. I showed it to Sister Ann. She told me some hints that it could be fake, but it could be just a $125 watch or $25,000 or something if it's real. But I doubt it's real because of that crust. It's probably just a fake, and the date's wrong. It's now the 28th, but I don't know how to use these watches, so I'm going to show it and bring my diamond tester over to her place, and we'll do the test and see if they're real. She gave me this really nice presentation box. I doubt it being real. Trust me, I think it's fake. until I find out it's not. But so far, I don't know. It could be just there were some online that went for thousands of dollars, like $25,000, $10,000. One was $8,800. Then I saw one for $125. So, yeah. I went to Coronado Beach. I dug up my foil signals, and since it's safer sand, I dug, and I found a bucket list. My first ever gold on this beach, but I did it on the hillside where people would usually lay, sunbathe, and all that. Oh yeah, I don't want to forget. I'm probably going to use the diamond tester on this opal ring. It has 2 stones missing. Grandpa actually found this in a washing machine while he's doing his clothes. It says T925 on the inside. Yeah, T925. I do think it is silver. I don't know if it's worth something or not. I didn't find it while metal detecting. Grandpa found it. He gave it to me because he had no use for it. What was he gonna do with it? He told me he didn't have any use for it. But now I found these two. I'll go to the best for last. But this rang up 36, 37, 38 on my Garrett, and I'm like, probably just some piece of aluminium foil. But I used the sand scoop. It was sand scoop worthy. I took maybe like 1 or 2 scoops, and it popped out. It is a bucket lister. 14 karat gold. HG is probably just a maker's mark, but it is for sure gold. I used the magnet, no magnetism, no flaking. She helped polish, Sister Ann helped polish this ring too. It's really nice, shiny. I think it's supposed to represent maybe a leaf with berries or kind of gold, what gold is supposed to look. But it's a pinky ring. Pinky ring. She told me that this would have been the type of ring that many people would probably wear back in the 1980s, 1990s. Now, is it from that age? It'd be surprising, but doubtful, but surprising if it is that old. But yeah, it is gold. And I saved the best for last. I found this at Belmont Beach. Now, as soon as I found it, I thought it was for sure just plated junk. It rang up like an iron nail combined with foil. It rang up kind of a 40, 29, 39, 40. Then it grunted a lot. But I dug it since it was right at the goalie where the volleyball court is in Belmont Beach. Only less than, it was probably almost on the surface. I just had to brush off the sand and it was there. And it's a bucket lister. The lady was probably just trying to hit that ball, trying to hit that volleyball. Then, she lost it. But it's not fake, it's real. My first ever gold bracelet. That's why you dig up those nail signals sometimes, because you just never know. 18K, and it is for sure 18K. It's very ornately designed. It's a rope. It's designed as a rope. They're all linked together. And these two clasps open, and you push this thing down and you take it out. I can't wear it because I have one hand on the camera, and if I don't know, but yes, it's a bucket list. My first ever gold bracelet. Getting. Best thing I've ever found, unless that Rolex is real. So far, a gold ring and a gold bracelet. I'm gonna save my gold. I already have a container where I keep my gold. But yeah. I'm not gonna put it in a presentation box because it's not as expensive as Rolex, but given to the circumstances, I found 2 gold items in different beaches. That is a shocker. Normally I'd never find or hardly find any gold. Dig up those foil signals, folks. And sometimes dig up those iron signals. This was right at a goalie. Someone lost this beautiful bracelet and someone lost this beautiful ring. But I found it. Getting. Bucket list. Gold and silver and a Rolex. Yeah. Hope you guys like this video. It's fairly long, but like I said, 2 weeks was very well worth it. All the quarters, dimes, nickels, pennies, the copper pennies. Oh man. Still no silver quarter, no silver dime, not even a Buffalo or V, but this year I only have I only have like 4.5 months until I go metal detect Prospect Park, and we'll see. But yeah, please be sure to subscribe. Please be sure to comment on some of these items here, especially if you can help ID on certain items, especially this, because this perplexes me. I have no idea what it is or how old it is, what it's off. It says Libby and I8-A. But, yeah, so much cool stuff. In 2 weeks, it was worth it because I did get sunburnt. I could probably show a little bit of that. Yeah, I got a little bit of tan. But it was worth it because I found these babies. Always dig up those trashy signals in these quartz because you just don't know. You just don't know. And wow, this year's been the best I've ever had in metal detecting. It really has. Okay, this is Blaze of Firewolf, and I'm out.